Hi everyone, welcome to Thrift Crazy. I'm Joanne and welcome back to my kitchen. I have a thrift flip video for you today and it's going to be really easy. I'm going to show you how to take a kind of beat up pair of Danskos and turn them from this into your own patchwork pair. It took me a little while to find a pair of Danskos that are going to fit me in this size, because I know you're going to say, oh my gosh, this girl has got patchwork on the brain. But it took me a while to find the Danskos to work on. So let me go ahead and flip the camera down so you can watch the work surface that I am going to work on the shoes on. And we'll go ahead and get started with the video. Now the first thing that I'm going to do, I want to prep the shoe, because you can see this is really a rather shiny surface. So I'm going to use a sandpaper block here, and I'm just going to rough this up a little bit and just until I feel the surface is a little bit rough. I'm going to go ahead and do some sandpapering here. And then the product that I'm going to use is this Aleene's Fabric Fusion. This is water resistant because after it's meant for fabric, and this can be washed after use. So that's what I'm going to be using to adhere my fabric onto my surface here. And then I have already gone and pre-cut some fabrics. You can use anything you want. I'll tell you, from the first shoe that I did, it does seem as though the thicker fabrics work better. And I did use some pinking shears to help with the stoppage of the fraying. And the thicker fabrics worked better on this shoe because, as you can see, it does have a pattern on it. And one of the thinner materials that I did use, I don't know if you can tell here, but the pattern that's on the shoe did come through. Now, if you don't mind that look, you can go ahead and use if you do happen to have the clog with a pattern like this shoe does have, if you don't mind that pattern coming through, then you could just go ahead and use a thinner fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and get this shine off of this shoe here. Okay, now you'll be able to see where the shoe looks a bit scuffed up. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I'm hoping that the scuff will give the glue something a little bit more to hold on to. The first shoe that I did, I used this Mod Podge that is dishwasher safe, and it had a gloss to it. I wanted to try this as something different and see which one adheres better and lasts a little bit longer. So I'm just going to get started. There's no rhyme or reason to really how I put these down. It's just whatever I think is going to look good. And I do believe I'm going to need more fabric than what I have cut here. And I just cut fabrics. I have my pinking shears here so I can cut them into smaller lengths if I need them. Now, one thing that I did do on the other shoe, and I will do on this one as well, is that I do want to line up all my edges so that I have a clean straight line going all around here. Nice thing about these striped ones is that you can use the striped in this direction, then you can flip it and use it in this direction too. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and get started with this, but I'm going to cut it down a little bit. And I'm going to use my finger to apply the glue. This glue, for it to be fully cured and set, said it takes 48 hours. can I squish this down a little bit? There we go. And then just kind of round that a little. Okay, there's my first piece. Actually, so far I like this method better than the Mod Podge. And you're going to see what I'm doing over here. See how I wrapped that around the inside? I'm going to do the same with this. This I think I might cut longer. Whoops. You can see better what I'm doing. There we go. Remember, I want to line that up so I will have a nice straight line there. There we go. Now I'm going to put the glue on the fabric itself so I can wrap it around to the inside of the shoe. And I'll tuck it. You can see there, I'm going to tuck that inside. Oh yeah, I definitely like this method better than the one I used on the other shoe. It's still messy, but not nearly as messy as it was with the Mod Podge. Okay, this is starting out really nice. Let's see what we can do with this over here. Oh, this would be a good piece right there. Oh, let's put it over here. I think around, yep, we'll use that around the back there. Sorry if that's a little too close up for you guys, but I think that you get the idea of what I am doing here. Again, there's no pattern. It's just random wherever you want to put the pieces. Tick up, there's Diesel. He was doing pretty good there for a while, don't you think? It's wherever you want to put the pieces. So let's cut some of these a little bit shorter. Oh, that got stuck. Okay. I definitely recommend pinking shears for the project though. So that your fabrics don't unravel on you. Great way to save a pair of Danskos or any clogs if they get scuffed up and you don't want to get rid of them. put any down here on the actual fabric, so let's do that. You could even, if you like, put a coat of acrylic over this when you're all done. If you're afraid that, you know, you might, they just might not last, you certainly could do that. I don't think that that would harm it in any way. Again, I'm putting the glue on the fabric here so I can then wrap it around. Oh, this piece does not want to stay. Oh, there we go. Just hold it for a little bit, for a few seconds here on the inside. Make sure that that stays. And once that dries, within that 48 hours, that should stay hold when you're putting your foot in and out of the shoe. I will say that when I was doing the other shoe with the Mod Podge, I did have trouble with the fabric staying on the inside. It took some time for the Mod Podge to dry, so I had to keep going back to the shoe to make sure that it would stay. I'm not having that issue with this fabric glue. So that's nice. So there is how the back of it's looking right now. We might be able to put this whole strip. Oh, that strip almost fit around the front, but I'm actually not going to do that because that strip will match. It's too close to that. I don't want to do that. Let's cut this right here, and we'll put that one right there. And this glue I picked up while I was thrifting. Paid, what did I pay for that? $2.25. Pretty good. So it turns out that this whole project is a thrifted project. Even better. All right, and I'll kind of tuck that down. There's a ridge right there in the shoe. I don't know if you can tell it. So I'll try to tuck the fabric down into the ridge and then put the fabric here, or I'm sorry, the glue onto the fabric there. I don't know where that feather came from. And fold that over. All right, there we are. And then do we have enough to do this side? I think we might. Yes, we do. Okay, so we'll put this over here. And as you can see, this is going pretty quickly. It's going a lot quicker than when I used the Mod Podge, that I can tell you. And I'm overlapping, I'm not telling you that, and I'm sorry, I am overlapping a little bit on the fabrics. So I'm not butting them up against each other. Oh, this, yes, I did. I thought I hadn't edged that, but I did with the scissors. I am overlapping them a little bit. There we go. And putting that down again into that little crease in the shoe. And again, keeping that line as best that I can. Let me pull this up a little bit. Try and keep a straight line there. And then a little bit of glue onto that fabric and then wrap that around. And to me, it doesn't matter how much you wrap around. That's the inside of the shoe. Nobody is going to see that. Okay, so I'm going to work a little bit off camera now, just continuing to do what I'm doing. Maybe need to cut a few more pieces of fabric, but I'll work a little bit more off camera, like I said, doing exactly what it is that I'm doing now, and then I'll be back in a bit to show you the progress. Okay, this is the progress I have made thus far. Almost finished. I have this here to finish. And a little bit here. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this with you here. And I have cut a little bit of this green velvet that we'll put on right there. We don't have to worry too much about what it looks like because that piece is going to be covering it up. But I do want to take off this little tail. There we are. And we could slather this whole piece with glue because all of this is going to be covered with fabric. And a little bit there. So we'll cover that up. And then this piece, put a little on the edges there and there, because that's going to go fabric to fabric. Again, we're going to line up so I have a nice, because you can see kind of my nice, clean, sort of straight edge there. And then put some glue right there on my fabric, because that's going to get flipped over to the inside. Oops, forgot this. That little piece needs some glue. Oh, some glue. That got a little more than it needed. That's all right though. That's looking really nice. That's looking really cool. I like this. No rhyme or reason. That's the fun part about it. Get down there. Whoop, let's put a little more right there. And while this is drying, I'll come back to it periodically and just check on it to make sure that everything is staying down. I might need to clamp this right here. That does not want to stay down, so I might need to clamp that. On the instructions on the glue, it did say that you may need to tape it or pin it, which I can't do either of, but I can use little clamps here just to keep things in place, and I may need to do that right there. Then I have right here to do, and I've laid out the pieces as I want them to go. So this piece, bottom piece, is going to go in first. That's going right in that spot. With a little bit of overlap. Oh, I may not have cut that one long enough. See, I didn't leave too much to go wrap around there. Go ahead and put the glue for that and here. So that may definitely need to be clamped. We'll overlap and line that up. That has enough to overlap there, absolutely. Excuse me. And put some glue on the fabric so it will hold. And there we go. That's my last piece. Now I'll just need to put some glue on the underside of the fabrics so I can flip these around. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to clamp that for sure. Yep. Like little binder clips. I'm not sure I have little binder clips, but I think I have some other little clips that will work. But in the meantime, I mean, these are going to take 48 hours to dry, but in the meantime, folks, there they are. They are pretty much finished. So there they are. The DIY'd, whoops, Patchwork Dansk clogs. Now, the other thing, the last thing that I am going to do to them is I am going to take some of the Mod Podge, because it is a glossy Mod Podge, and I will put that around the bottoms, because you can see here some of it came off when I was working on the first shoe. And oh, actually it's shiny from this one too, but I'll probably take the Mod Podge and go ahead and go around the base of both of the shoes, just so they're both consistent. But there they are. I think they look fantastic. I can't wait till they're both fully dry and I can finally wear them. So let me know, what do you think of them? Got to get those clamps and put those on there, let them both fully dry, and we'll see which one holds up better. I'll let you know in a couple of weeks in one of my upcoming videos. So I hope you enjoyed this DIY patchwork revamp of some worn out Dansk clogs. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. And until my next video, everyone, please take very good care of yourselves. And I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.